Welcome back to my channel, family and friends. Today I am making a video for a friend. I'm just going to do a step-by-step. It might be long. I'm going to show how I contour, show how I do brows, and then show how I apply more of like a deeper smoky eye, red lip, kind of look over here. We're going to do kind of like a soft glam with a bold lip. So let's get started. I always start with moisturizer. So you just get a little bit of moisturizer, get a little bit of primer of your choice. I'm going to just mix these up. You don't have to mix them up. That is perfectly fine if you want to do moisturizer first and let that dry down, and then add in your primer and let that dry down before you start with foundation. Let that dry. I already have wet my sponge. You may want to use a brush. That's easier to sanitize than a sponge. But okay. So I go in with my contour first. I guess like the concealer, not contour, sorry. But I'll just do a touch here, a touch out. So when you're doing makeup for photography, you want to kind of make sure that you're applying for like best for photos. You don't want to use too much highlighter. If you use too much highlighter, that's going to show up and it's going to reflect. So this is just foundation. Add that into the parts here, and then I'm going to mix it all up pretty much. But you don't want to use too much highlighter or you get a lot of flashback from the camera. Everything you want to do is very light, even when you do either a shimmer or a glitter on the eyelid. You want to do that very light. Depending how glamorous you want in your photo shoot, I think for the most part people want to still recognize themselves. So they want to look nice, they want to feel confident, they want to feel sexy, but they don't want to be like, who's that person in the picture, right? They still want to be able to recognize themselves and just be like, oh yeah, that's me, and I'm beautiful, and I'm sexy, and I'm gorgeous, and I look like that, like that's just a couple steps to doll myself up, not like a whole different person or Facetune or anything like that. Always get the ears and get under. Oh, I don't know if you hear my kiddo. He's got an ear infection, so he's kind of grouchy. But that's okay, he's with Daddy. So, got that all down. All nice and covered. Right? Then we're going to go in with a little bit of either translucent powder or foundation powder, whatever you're choosing. Pick some up. I'm just going to go under here just so I don't crease. That's where I notice I tend to crease. And here. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to our eyes before we finish the rest of our foundation. I know everybody, oh my gosh, I have like a loose hair somewhere. There you go. Everybody kind of does their steps a little bit differently, but I think this kind of like quickens the process when you go ahead and have like a clean foundation, and then like if you come back in with powder and contour, any kick up or fallout that you get from your shadows, you should be able to clean up pretty easily. That's what I think, but you know, to each their own. So I'm just using the James Charles palette because I figured that that has like an array of colors that I could use. And we are thinking, okay, this is more for like a photo, so we don't want to, like, usually for like my selfies or anything like that, or my like extravagant makeup looks, I want to drag that look like close to the brow bone because I want to show off my artistry, right? Well, and for, you know, in a distance photo, you might end up to look a little bit washed out, or like a you know, a little more like overdone, if you're, you know, trying to do like portraits or anything like that. So since we're not trying to showcase makeup, we're trying to showcase a person, we're going to dial it back a little bit. And I think I want to go in, I was looking at, kind of seems like they want more of like a warm smoky, so I'm kind of going between this deeper red and this kind of mahogany brown, and I'm going to go in just into the crease of my lid. Just there. And I'm going to go all the way through. Lay that down. Okay. Get a little more product. Go all the way through. Bring that color. And so this is like the most that you're going to get as far as color wise, because we don't want to put too much red in there, as sometimes in photos red, like, I would say, like, makes you look just a little ill, like reds and pinks, you know, like when you're kind of sick and you're flushed, like your lids look a little more red or rosy. You kind of can catch that in photos, so you have to be a little bit careful with that. But I'm just gonna lay it here on our crease, and that's gonna be our color, or the most of our color. And I just want to, like I said, the crease of your own lid, you know, everyone's eye shape is going to be different. So just follow that crease for reference. All right. I'm going to go in with a little bit of a broader brush and pick up, I'm going to show you. I'm going to pick up, I think, between this brown, and I might even just a little lighter than that. And these are all matte. Then I'm going to go back into the crease, but a little bit higher, and kind of just run that through. We're going to blend it out. And that's going to like change up your red a little bit, just to get it more on like a warm brown tone. Same thing with the other side. So blend, blend, blend. I find it easier to blend as you go than to lay on, pack on color, and then try to blend out the edges. It's just so much easier. You blend out every color that you put in. Okay, and now I'm going to go in with a little bit of a smaller, denser brush here. And we're going to go in with a very, like this, maybe a mix of this kind of like, this is kind of like a cool brown, and here's more like a warm brown. Let's do a mix of that. And that we're going to put in right into the corner of our eye. Okay, carry that into the center. Just a little. Blend that in. And then blend it out to the top when you're a little loose on product. There you go. And again, pick up that with our warm. I'm gonna go back with my soft brush and kind of blend out the edges again. So I want it all soft, no harsh lines. Okay. Then we're gonna pick up just a little bit of the deep again. A little mixture here. We're gonna go into the inner corner of the eye and just a little tap. This is just going to give the eye a lot of dimension, give you kind of like that bedroom eye feel, more doughy eyes. Okay. All right. And then we're gonna go in. You can either get a flat brush, or I'm gonna try to go in with a flat brush. Let's see. So I have a flat brush here. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go into like this warm shimmer up here. It's just a brown shimmer. Should be able to find that in your collection. Just the center of the eye. Not too much, just a little. Pick up some more product for the other eye. Okay. And I'm gonna stop right there and let's continue with the rest of the face. So I think we're pretty much done with our top half of the shadow, and we'll finish up our bottom half when all of our foundation and everything is on. I like to do my brows before doing any extra powder, because I feel like that will lighten up my brows a bit. Just using a pencil. So I said we want like a nice soft glam, just following kind of like the arch of my natural brow, filling it in, nothing too crazy. I said we want to be able to recognize ourselves in the photos that we take, you know. We want to be able to look back at that memory and like, oh yeah, look how beautiful I look, not who is that? Who sent that girl for my family photos, or you know you know what I'm saying. So we want to feel like our best selves, but we don't want to overdo it. Well, I guess it really just depends on your personality, because some people love to go extravagant, which I wouldn't necessarily mind to go extravagant for a photo shoot, you know, but definitely it's something to discuss before doing someone's makeup for a photo. Sorry if I'm talking very softly, but it is later in the evening, so I'm trying to let my kids relax out there. But okay. Here's my brow. You can go in, let me see, I have my flat brush that I always use. It's a little brush, where are you hiding? kind of creamy. Right here, right? There it is. Have this little flat brush that I will use. You just pick up a little bit of concealer if you wanted to clean it up, but I don't think you need to if you're keeping it pretty minimalistic. But that's a tip. If you just want to like clean up your lines or anything like that, this is the way to do it. And just be really easy with it. Alright, rest of our face. I'm gonna go in. I just have this Profusion bronze, blush and bronze powder palette that I'm going to use. I'm going to pick up the medium bronzer. It's the darkest color that I have in here. Just with like an angled blush. I'm going to start here. And I would say for you to aim up towards the tip of the ear. More product on the other side. And again, aim towards the top, the tip of the ear. That's really going to snatch anyone's cheeks. Kind of curve out their face a little bit. Make them feel all sassy. Pick up a little more product. Start from the chin. Go back jawline. Chin. Just a little contour under the neck. You want to blend it out nicely because if you have a photo where you're off to the side, you don't want to look too drastic. Okay. Same thing, just picking up. I'm contouring around my face, just a little bit onto my temple, just to bring that warmth back into my face. And you can get a small brush, pick up that shade, going for the nose. There we go. Over here a little bit, the cupids, just under the lip. It's gonna help kind of bring your face all to the center and plump in your lips a little bit. Alright. Now before we blend that out, we're gonna go in with some blush. I'm just gonna use this shade. I think between this shade and this shade would be really pretty for the colors that we're working with. So apples and push out. Apples and then push out. I sometimes will smile too. Like, here, give a big smile. Let's get our angle. Okay. Like I said, you're doing a photo shoot with a lot of flash or anything like that. I don't suggest a whole lot of highlighter, but just a little. So I'm combining my white highlighter and my champagne color. And just a touch. Just a touch. And I'm going to go, again, just a combination of that to highlight the inner corner. Oh, let me show you how to do that with a brush in case your client doesn't want your finger all up in there, but pick up a little product, just a nice fluff brush. Alright, nice there. That's it. I won't add any more than that. And now, except for if you wanted to highlight here and here, but very light. I wouldn't pick up any more product than whatever you had on the brush already. Alright, powder. Back to our powder. Translucent or any shade that you have. Kind of. Alright, start here. And out. I'm just gonna kind of blend everything back in. Pick up a little bit more. I like to put powder down on my eyebrows because I feel like they make them stay and set a whole lot longer. Okay, you want to make sure to drag that down a little bit. Yeah, so I've done everything. Alright. Sometimes you'll have to go in a few times just to make sure that contour is nice and blended in. Okay. And now we're gonna start the eyes. I have a lash curler. I'm gonna curl my lashes now before I do any liner or apply any lashes. I usually hold it down for like 10-20 seconds. Okay. And did I bring liner over here? I don't think that I did. I'm gonna go ahead and do the first coat of mascara. Of course, use a mascara wand. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do actually my bottom lashes. Ugh, this wand sucks for bottom lashes, but that's a pretty puny bottom lashes. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go back and get my liner and we'll finish up with that. All right, I am back. Got my liners with me. Just gonna do a little in the waterline. Pull up. You don't have to do that. That just is how I do my liner. Waterline up and bottom. So I like this creamy kind of jumbo pencil for that. Alright, I don't recall if she wanted a big wing or anything like that, so I'm actually going to leave that alone. And my next step would be topping it off with some lashes. So I have here a latex-free fish lash with aloe glue. Just have some kind of soft, not too long, not too thick, but not super plain Jane lashes from Profusion. There's they're becoming actually one of my favorite pair of lashes from the drugstore, so I don't think that I spent too much on those, and I got 2 pairs, so I would say I'm getting my money's worth out of the Profusion lashes. Okay. I went ahead and I put glue onto both lashes. I'm gonna set this one down. That's it for a little bit. Alright. Then I'm just going to look into the mirror, half closed eye. Start from the center and push. And again, if your client chooses to use lashes, make sure that she chooses a set that's just not too overbearing for her, that she's going to still recognize herself, that she's not going to feel like an owl in photos. Because sometimes like this, from a little bit of a distance, it's not too bad because it's not a super bold lash, but some of those, when they're really, really thick and long, can kind of mess with the shape of your eye, and so just, you've been warned. Now this guy, same thing, half closed, press into the middle. Okay. We have our little lashes on. Now that we have those on, you can see a little closer what the eye looks like. If your client wants a little bit more shine or anything, Profusion has these glitter sets that are really awesome. I think it also came with the liner that I used. So literally just adopt. Then we're gonna pat it down. So we want her to feel glitz and glammy. We don't want too much distraction from the photos. Okay? Alright, and I saw in there that she had either a nude mauve warm lip or either a bold red lip. So I'm going to go ahead and go with red. I've kind of been just rolling with red throughout this whole look, kind of keep everything nice and warm. So I have 3 reds here. This one I think is just like far too bright, fire truck red. And then I have these 2, unicorn blood and wifey. So one's a little bit darker. I think I'm going to go with the one in between. So this one's kind of like a nice, kind of like deep blood red. I don't want to overline our lips too much. Just try to follow our natural shape. I do want to make sure to get all around the lip, the corner, and all. Alright. And there we have it. And if she wants to put just a little gloss, kind of make everything look a little bit more wet and juicy on the lip. There you go. So this would be my finished look for you. If she wanted to do a little bit of liner, I would just start the corner of the eye, right? If she has a lot of space and skin that kind of goes down, then she has more hooded eyes, then you'll have to aim for the bottom waterline, like mine. So I start from the bottom and just flick out and then come back in. That's really it. You don't need to do a big wing when you're trying to do just a really soft glam look. So we go from our bottom out and in. And we're done. Ta-da! So I hope that you're happy with this look. I hope that it explained a lot for you. I'm gonna go ahead and take some pictures and send them for you. Maybe I'll try to do a video close-up too. I nearly forgot to smoke out the bottom lash line, my bad. I was wondering, I was like, man, I feel like it's missing something. So we're gonna come in here, have a small pencil brush, or even this guy, just a small little flat brush. Going to pick up, I think, the deeper warm brown. Which one did I mix you with? This guy with the cool. Okay. Should be enough to smoke out. Oh, just go on out and bring it in. Flip it over, going out and come on in. Okay, where's my big fluffy brush? Did it drop? Oh, it's right in front of me. Go in here, have to clean up. So kind of swipe away any excess. And there you go. Now the eye look is complete, all brought together, all nice and warm. And now I'll bring you in closer to finish it up. Alright, so here we are. Are we focusing? Closer, here's our finished look. There. I hope that helped you. I hope that you enjoyed watching this, and see you in the next one. Bye.